It's the afternoon of July the 2nd, and here's our update. One of our stone guys has been working on this today. Took him all day to do the veneer. He cut that out of full-size stone since there's a little bit of a veneer shortage. This stone I have been saving since 2011. And yesterday, two guys did the veneer on the steps. Looks pretty good. And you can see this is what it looks like before. And so they've got veneer to put in all the way along here. And they're gonna be wrapping these columns, well, the base of the column bases, and adding 6 inches of stone to the top and putting on a veneer face as well. The same is going to be true for this planter. We'll continue with 6 inches higher stone. That will be a stone with a little cap as well, and the stone will continue up and over on the stair. On the back side, I'm not sure if it's worth putting stone in here or here yet or not. We will figure it out as things develop. Today, Miguel and his helper, well, they didn't install, they did all the cutting. That's why the joints look funky. Remember, well, there will be 2-inch veneer on this side and on the other side, and there will be a 6-inch, it'll be wrapped up and around 6 inches up here as well. But all of these edges, right, the leading edges all have to be rock faced, and that means taking a hammer and a chisel and breaking the edge, and then if it doesn't look right, they can do what they call flaming it. So I said, why is this step not done? And he said, because I'm choosing the colors that I want, and the stones are heavy, so as they come off the pallet, he's choosing where he wants them to be. So these haven't been done yet, and it looks like up top we've got we've got a few. So just counting, not the bottom because it needs to be wider than 5 feet. We're gonna have to get a piece for that. 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like 7 curved pieces, straight and curved pieces have already been done. So I can take this upstairs. And sometime either this weekend or next week, I'm going to need to drill some holes in the wall. Every other step I plan on having some lighting. And of course I'll have lighting on top of these 4 pilasters that you see right here. And I can show you what the stonework is going to look like here. I still haven't decided how high these need to be. Once we get our walkway installed, it'll be very easy to figure out. So Miguel has also done this step and this step, and of course this one and this one, but we can't do this really until the walkway here, and the walkway that goes right, following my finger, goes right up to the workshop. So taking a look at the backyard, for the past couple of days, we have been cleaning up. We took out 2 loads of rubble and have been preparing this area. With exception of this dirt pile and the plywood below, we can now start painting lines where this walkway is going to go. And we'll have a little bit of dirt work to do here, strip off some of this dirt, put in some base rock. I believe we're gonna have a planter right here, and it'll fold and it'll be as deep as this landing, so we'll have a planter here as well. Same thing on the mirror side, and then here, since this is, wow, just stood in the right place, we'll have a step down, and then we'll make a nice little fancy little curve here that gives us about a 4-foot walkway, 4 foot wide. We'll put a little curve in here, come down this way, and let me walk here and flip around the other way. There we go. So yeah, this actually doesn't look too far off from 4 feet, but if you can see, we'll be walking this way, and we'll need to take one more little jog. Remember, there's a planter here that comes up to here, 4 feet, and somewhere around here we're going to take another little jog, And we're gonna have to kind of figure out, what do we want? Do we want some kind of walkway that in here we're gonna have some kind of fire pit and definitely some green. But until we actually get everything out of the backyard, it's often hard to do your design, at least for me, hard to do the design work. So here's what's left of the treads. There's the big pieces of stone that are the steps. These are the ones they still have to do. It's 1 for 1, meaning we did an accurate count this morning to make sure that the head of the stone company ordered the right amount of material. And these are the pallets of stone, 1, 2, and 3. These are the pallets of stone that have been holding on since 2000, I don't know, maybe it is 11, maybe 12. But these, I would say the bulk of this will get used, and we'll probably have to bring in another pallet or 2 in order to get our color balance correct. But our backyard looks a lot better than it has in a long time. I still have to get rid of these 2 pallets of this same black stone that's right here. It doesn't look black right now because of all the dust work. They did all their cutting and grinding right here today. They did a pretty good job of cleaning up, knowing that that is what I'm anxious to kind of start getting cleaned up again. This, yes, still dirty. The bandsaw is out because I have been working on the last couple of days, well, starting yesterday, I'm starting to build the base for my middle-sized cannon, and the stone pallets that look, let's see if I can find one. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see here. One moment. Yeah, that, yes, these heavy-duty stone, these heavy-duty pallets that are right here that hold this 5,000 pounds of stone, these 2x materials, full 2 inches by 4 inches, I decided I would take a look at. It's made out of oak. I decided I would try planing them, since I have a planer, and this is the wood that I have. Yes, it's got some nail holes in it, but if you notice, the finish is really nice. I've already used some of that wood. Here's just a little preview of what's to come. Jumping into the workshop real quick, and these pieces right here are exactly what I've been working on. I've got to get this into a wood lathe, and I'm debating on whether I can use my metal lathe. I don't really want to change the head because this is a big lathe and the head is about 100 pounds. So I can do it, but if I find somebody that has a wood lathe, it'll take me all of about 30 minutes to turn these. I need some axles and I need to turn some wheels, but I can turn the wheels on my big lathe. I figured out how to do that. But this, hopefully you can see, this is the base for the second cannon. This is the little cannon that I picked up on my my first trip to Florida and back. And then this is the big carronade that weighs 300 pounds. Once I get this base built and get it test fired, then I will start working on the base for that. So this base is not a Civil War base. This is a naval base. So let's see if I got a little picture. Right there, a little 26-page diagram, which I am going to change just a little bit. These, let's see, the cannon barrel points up that way, and the back, I want to be able to have these. I want this back wheel to rotate, so that way I can drag it with a hook. So this is what the front axle is going to look like. The back axle I made wider so it'll rest. It'll actually rest underneath these, and I can pivot it this way so I can actually pull it around. On a ship, it doesn't matter. The wheels just need to be straight forward, because the only thing it does is it rolls straight back when it goes off, and they have to pull it back anyway to load it, and then they wheeled it up again to the port in order for them to fire it. But for me, I need to haul this thing around. So anyway, that is probably enough time spent today. Once again, our backyard looks really good. We can start painting lines right here, right up here to the workshop, and long update.